simple storage, so S3. But yeah, basically the challenge is to so it's Amazon Simple Storage Service, or S3, is the storage for the cloud. Amazon S3 is used ubiquitously when building solutions in AWS. In this challenge, you'll be provided with a set of 4 tasks to complete. These are common Amazon S3 tasks that you have to be expected to understand when you sit the certification, when you're implementing solutions to fulfill the business requirement. The following instruction logs you into the AWS Management Console, and this will prepare you to work on the challenge. To start the challenge, click on the button, which I've done. I've got my creds on this screen, which is why I'm not showing it to you. And then search for S3, and then the buckets list page is here. So to start the challenge, go to the validation steps. So the validation steps. So we need to. So there's like a set of challenges you have to do. So one of them is to enable versioning. Then we need to disable access control list. Then we need to make a prefix so that it's publicly accessible. And then the last one is to restrict access to an IP address. And then I have to click this check button to make sure I've done it, and then it will validate the lab. So yeah, so let's try. So let's so for the Amazon S3 bucket whose name begins with Cloud Labs 1, so this top one, you need to perform the following to enable versioning. So action. It's not there. It isn't there either. Properties. Bucket versioning. There we go. So edit. Enable. After enabling bucket versioning, you might need to update your lifecycle rules to manage previous versions. It's okay. So that's done, and then if we check, and that passed. So yeah, so that's that one. Right, so to disable ACL, the Amazon S3 bucket whose name begins with 2. Let's go back to our buckets, so number 2. We need to perform the following. We need to disable the ACL and set the object ownership of the bucket to owner enforced. So permissions, is that ACL? ACL, there we go. So we need to disable the ACL and set the object ownership to bucket owner enforced. So we'll edit. Bucket owner. So we need to disable all of the ACLs. Yes, I understand. So we'll turn all those off. And then objects. Object ownership. Bucket owner enforce cannot be applied because you have existing ACL. Okay. Probably because I turned them all off. Let's revert that. Save. Bucket owner. Lost. Maybe that's better. Check again. Hey, that one passed. Right, so now we need to make the prefix publicly accessible. For the S3 bucket, whose name begins with CloudLab3, make the objects in the data prefix publicly recursively accessible. So in the data prefix, right, objects. It's not done by tag. Make public using ACL. Recommended to use a bucket policy. Use the policy generator to generate policy. Okay. Bucket policy, edit. Policy generator. Right, so bucket policy. S3. Object. Principal everything. No, the prefixes should be public. So, okay, so just the. So data wants that. See if that does it. Unknown error. What the syntax is for the folder. Oh, it needs that, does it? Still like that. Yeah, that would work, but then that won't pass. Should have that. Let's try that. So check again. So it should allow public to data. Yeah, there we go. So make the objects in the data prefix publicly accessible. No other prefix should be accessible publicly. So that passed. Finally, you need to restrict access to an IP address for the Amazon S3 bucket, whose name begins with 4. We need to create and apply a bucket policy that satisfies the following. It must use the IP address condition to restrict action to the source IP of 1.2.3.4. Allow all S3 actions on any object by any principal for the above IP. It's recommended to use the policy generator to create the policy. The policy must apply to all prefixes and objects recursively. Network failure error can be ignored. So in this case we want... where are we at? 4. Permission, policy, edit, copy on. We want all S3 actions, so all action. Add a condition. What IP address do we want? source IP, generate. Oh wait, why has it got the wrong bucket? It's done again. Add one or more statement. I've done it. There we go. Okay, there we go. It's done it properly. So allow all S3 on the right bucket where the source IP is. That generate. So let's put the right policy in. That's better. It'll error there because it's missing on field. It's not. Don't you like that? Condition. Oh, okay. It should be IP address, AWS source IP. Address allow. Alright, that should work. And check again. Didn't like that. Use the IP address condition to restrict actions to the source IP address. Allow all S3 actions. Policy must apply all prefixes and objects. Yeah. Let's try that one. Check again. Still failing. Did I specify the statement's resource correctly? Okay, maybe it wants everything inside it. Let's try that. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, so we passed all 4. Submit. Cool, that was alright, wasn't too painful.